Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. Today I've got a dream from our bestie G about a magical land of cat people.
We also have catnaps, of course. Today we're learning how to drive a stick.
Ooh.
Do you remember Tamagotchis? Watch out for the clown bus. And beach day surgery. Not going to want to miss that one because you can make a wish. Promise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bestie. Broadcasting live from my closet. Let's get started.
Woo! Not wasted any time today.
No. Bestie, before we got on, I had sent Brooke a little video.
It's a good one.
I'm recording from my closet today. Well, actually, my husband's closet because it's bigger for some reason.
What?
He got the big
right.
one.
This needs to change.
Right, I don't have a lot of clothes. I know. So I'm recording from the closet because all of a sudden, at the 11th hour, right before we were supposed to record, they decided my husband had to wash my stepson's clothes. And so the washing machine is right above where I record, so it was loud. And he also had to change the fish water right before he hit record. So I'm like,
that's right above too.
I'm gonna have to navigate and move my studio to the closet. I get up here, and as soon as I unplug my computer, it decides it has to do updates. So I try to avoid updates on this computer because they take forever.
It's slow.
So after everything got updated, I go to sit down, and I spill my White Claw all over my notes. And so I had to go reprint off my notes.
Oh, my God.
They are fresh off the press.
Hot.
They are warm from the printer. And I think I'm now ready.
Are you sure?
We're a half hour at least.
Yeah, 28 minutes.
Late now. Yep, sorry about that.
You don't have to apologize ever. Okay.
Ooh. And I already put on a tank top because I know I'm going to be sweating in this closet.
Are you frazzled?
And if you want to see the video of my sad face with my wet pages, you can join our sleepover squad. I'm going to put the video up there for you guys.
Please.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be slappy. Okay.
This dream comes from our bestie G, also known as Tenacious G from our feral grannies.
Yes. Loved that one.
So I just wanted to start because G is so sweet. First, he writes, I wanted to thank you both for your input on my previous dream, Exploding Feral Grannies and the Moon. Honestly opened my eyes to a lot of what I was dealing with at the time. On that note, I got another one from around the same time.
Great.
So he did want to update us too, because as we had mentioned, he had cancer. And he says his battle with cancer is going great.
Good.
He's on the winning end and feeling awesome. So
Awesome.
Yay!
Yay. Good news.
Yes. Okay, so just a little background here for you. This is another dream he had while he was on chemo. So it's just fascinating to me, like how your dreams can be different when there's meds involved or health scares,
pregnancy,
or things like any kind of thing can change everything. So at the time he was actually in the ICU and he quite literally said he was moments from death, but held on.
Okay. Wow.
So I just wanted to give a little background so you can understand the symbolism that we're going to kind of talk about.
All right.
It started in what seemed familiar area. Shocking. Doesn't it? That's always how it gets. Bright, with the sun shining. As a gamer, it reminded me of a mix between, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Limegrave in Elden Ring, and parts of the map in the game Conan Exiles.
Okay. Not familiar.
I'll just picture something in my head.
I'm sure it's right.
As I entered this land, I was greeted by this weird anthropomorphic lion/man creature.
Okay, like it.
I like it so far.
If I'm going to pick an animal, like a lion's pretty good.
Yeah,
top of the food chain.
I like that. I like big cats. They are usually apex predators, you know?
Right. You don't want to be the gazelle in this.
No. I'm glad he's working with the right side here.
Yeah.
The lion/man creatures. He was calm and shared his knowledge of the land. Well, see, he's very nice, lion man. He then told me of having inhuman abilities like super strength, speed, the ability to fly, and telekinesis of some sort.
Oh, sweet.
I'm like, hey, this sounds pretty cool. The character was very persistent on making this place my new home and to make it my own. So I proceeded to punch, because, he's got this strength now.
Right.
I proceeded to punch this elaborate temple and stone staircase into the side of a cliff. Well, that came in
aren't
handy.
You like the Hulk?
Yeah, good job. And that you can, just make it this beautiful temple and staircase.
Yeah, he's got to punch the stone, that old tactic. How do you think the pyramids got built?
Exactly.
Punching stones. It's not alien.
Big blocks of stone, one punch, pyramid. Yep.
Done.
You just got to hit
Gorgeous.
the right spot.
Yeah.
As I wandered around this temple, more of these cat people started to come around.
Okay.
They were various types of cheetahs, tigers, panthers, etc. So we've got
lots
big
of
cats galore. I love it. But they were people, and they were complimenting my temple. I had superhuman punched into the mountain. Well, I think that's pretty good. I would be complimenting too.
Yeah,
I'd be
rave reviews.
Be like, can you get me a litter box punched in over here and a little cat bath over here?
I need a really big bathroom. I want marble. Can we punch some marble? I guess it is rock, so that makes sense. Mindy.
Yeah, I think he could do it. At this time, the sun is setting in this new land I found myself.
Okay.
And laying on top of this open hill overlooking the area I had explored and created. At this point, I felt the warmth of the sun as I closed my eyes.
Lovely.
As my eyes closed in the dream, I woke up.
Oh.
It had really thrown me off because of how at peace and warm I was, and then waking up in a cold, dark hospital room.
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it does. That's quite the contrast.
Oh yeah. So, we already kind of touched base on how your health or medications you're taking can affect your dreams. And I could only imagine what a stress dream is like when you're literally clinging to your life.
Yes, right.
So I would want to be trying to find, I think my subconscious would be trying to find comfort too. And I just want to say thank you to G for sharing his story and his dreams and for not giving up. And he just keeps fighting. So, But where the dream begins, this familiar, lovely day, happy, safe place. But then I started thinking, he was so tied to where he was in his waking life, the ICU.
Yeah, right. You're literally tethered to machines.
Right. And were these lights he was feeling creating that sun effect? Even though he was close to death, did he feel comforted by knowing he was in the best hands possible for a situation, even though he was in the ICU? How people just they have memories of doctors and lights and stuff, and it could affect the way you're dreaming too.
I think it's interesting that he is, like you said, he's tethered to this hospital bed, yet in this dream he's in this vast open space. His mind's freeing him from kind of those from the moment, because it's so heavy. His real life was so heavy that his mind needed to go to a place which had some freedom and some creativity and the warmth, obviously.
Just the punching itself is kind of I'm gonna create this new land. But getting frustration out. But in his dream life, he knew he had to keep going to adapt to live, and he even had to find that strength he didn't know he had. So if you're looking into the symbolism of big cats, right? When you see big cats almost of any kind, and the more specific they are, he had a bunch of different kinds, but there's different traits. But in general, a big cat means you need to tap into your inner strength.
Yes.
And be more
That's
courageous. And I'm like, how dead on is that he's literally clinging to life?
G is not the cowardly lion.
No,
G is the powerful lion in this. That I do love powerful. That. I do agree that it's all about strength and inner power and strength. Yeah.
Well, and it's cats, they can also mean you're feeling overpowered, which, yes, of course, that is the Cancer. These cats, human creatures, I think are representing both strength and his aggressions. The aggression of Cancer, and then the strength to beat it, his inner strength, his medical professionals, his emotional support, whatever got him through.
And maybe it's just his own will to get past this. Like, there's so much that there's people helping you, and like you said, like the medical professionals, your family and friends are there to support you, but so much of it comes from your inner strength. So much of it does. Because if you feel defeated, you will be defeated. And my grandma lived till she was 89, and she told me, if I stop being active, my grandma was a seamstress, she was volunteer for the church. She's like, the day I stop doing things is the day the Lord will take me. It's always about that, like, inner
You have
strength.
To push yourself, yeah.
Yeah. You roll over and become lazy, or you stop putting up the fight, and it'll be done for.
Yeah, and it's just kind of same like natural instinct, fight, flight. Like it's like, are you gonna fight or are you just gonna
fawn?
Fawn.
Be the gazelle. Be the fawn. Don't be the fawn. Be the lion.
Be the lion. But so I kind of wanted to go back to these lion/man creatures. The big cat stuff makes a lot of sense. But going back to him being in the ICU with all these lights, and he's imagining he's in this bright, sunshiny place, could these cat people also represent like the hospital staff? Because they're taking care of him. They're encouraging him.
Yeah.
They're telling him he's strong, like,
oh, yeah,
keep fighting. And I'm like, that's what the cats are telling him. That's what the people taking care of him would be doing at the hospital. So I'm like, is he kind of aware, not aware? It's just a fascinating juxtaposition of all the different symbolism he's got going on here. Just another little thing I wanted to say is at the end, it was really sad because he actually said, the sun is setting. And that's like literally a term used for like end of life or dying. But he was also happy. Almost like when you hear, go into the light, again, the lights, or, maybe it was just finding peace in some version of his afterlife, his heaven, whatever he believes in. Or like you said, whatever his mind is creating for him to find some kind of peace during this incredibly tough time for him in his life.
The other thing I thought was interesting was the idea that he is punching things, like destroying things to create something.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you had to be broken down, and he literally was broken down in his health, to build yourself better and build yourself back and greater. And that's kind of like when he was crushing the stone and making it into his palace.
Yep.
I mean, it's really just destruction in order to create. And sometimes you have to be at that level. That is beautiful,
Mindy. That is actually really beautiful. I never thought of that. That's really insightful.
Your body is just like really going through it.
Connected. Everything is so deeply connected, don't even realize like how things are linked up. But, he was happy. Like you said, he was happy looking at the land he created, his beautiful temple, staircase. But it's almost, I thought that was almost also kind of like how people say your whole life flashes before your eyes. So maybe when he had that peace of just laying in the sun and closing your eyes, and then like he just had that, it was almost like he was okay with going. Like they were saying, hey, it's okay. Yeah. You're really sick and you're gonna be okay here, but you can still fight too. It was almost like he had to choose, and he fought. And considering, his real life situation, he had both people helping him fight. He said he was really right.
Yeah, right.
At death's door. So this just could be one of those freak things where it was really up in a balance, and he just woke up, and that's
from there it turned a corner, and it seems like he's doing great, which I love to hear. I love to hear that, G.
Yeah, he is a fighter in the best possible way. And G, thank you for being so open with your struggles and your stories.
Always,
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Meow.
Good job. Big cats. Big cats. Wait, Brooke, if you're going to be a half human, half animal,
what
would you choose as your animal half?
Oh, God. You know what? I think a big cat would be a good choice.
Would your top half be the cat or the bottom half?
I don't know how it works.
I'm doubling down on this question.
Yeah, you are. Or is it just going to be even freakier, like what cats look like from the musical Cats?
Oh, yeah.
They're like in like costumes, but they're human shape, and it's just,
okay, or that.
But this is a good question. I've never really thought about it. I'd probably pick a tiger or a snow tiger because I think the white ones are so gorgeous.
Yes.
But I love the water so much that maybe I want to be...
I know, you kind of want to be a dolphin.
I want to be a dolphin.
That's what I picked for you. Actually, I could see it going both ways, so makes sense.
I have my land animal and my sea animal. What do you have? What would you pick?
I might go with parrot. They're intelligent. You get to live on a pirate ship. You can talk. And
pretty good.
You can fly, and you can get like a lot of places very quickly.
See, you can be you have a land and air.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Go with parrot. Half a parrot.
Go with parrot.
I mean, the wing part would have to be the parrot part, obviously.
I was going to be like,
maybe the second half of me would be
you being the parrot.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's tough to imagine this.
Bestie, you're going to have to let us know. We're going to post this in our Facebook group. Let us know what other half of animal you'd like to be. Very curious.
And we'd like some drawings. I would love to see some drawings. If you have a drawing of me, half dolphin, half human, or half tiger, half human, or Mindy, half parrot, half human, or your own combination, we love drawings.
Yes. You can send them to REMelations@gmail.com. We'd love to see them.
Yes.
And speaking of wonderful dreams and ways to support the show, head on over to REMelations.com/support. There you can submit your dream or be like the coolest bestie of all times, our bestest besties, and join our sleepover squad. Woo! That's where you get behind the scenes video. You can see me in my wonderful closet today. And you can also, exciting. It is exciting. Not only do you get the videos for each of our episodes, you could also see extra dreams. We also do what we call midnight snacks, is things that don't make it on the show. There's usually a bunch of stuff because we can't have a 2-hour podcast. So whatever's on the cutting room floor, we throw it in our midnight snacks. So if you just can't get enough of Brooke's hilarious laugh and me and my beautiful face,
exactly.
It's REMelations.com/support.
I loved it.
Not that you're not beautiful as well. I mean, that kind of came off bad.
I know where my strengths are.
Okay, you're gorgeous. Are you kidding me? I love you so much.
It was hilarious. Well, Mindy, speaking of cats,
big cats,
let's have cat naps. Cat naps are actually when we read through a bunch of shorter dreams or dream stories, maybe even a sentence. We just kind of go through them for listening your weird, crazy mind. We love it. So even if you have just short dreams, submit them, because that's what cat naps is all about.
I'm going to kick this off with a dream that came into our inbox, and this is from Anonymous Girl.
Okay.
Hometown of Nunya Business.
Love it.
And this is titled At Grandma's.
Okay.
I love the town of Nunya.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
You know,
I love it in the fall.
Delish. You got to go to the Nunya Diner.
Tell them Mindy sent you.
Yes, please. Get yourself some hash. The apple pie.
Sounds great.
All right. So it starts off with everything pixelated in the theme of a Tamagotchi. Brooke,
okay.
Do you remember Tamagotchis?
I do. I never had a Tamagotchi.
Oh, you never had a
I knew that would be like your... That would be your... Oh, I could just so see you. But I just have this fond memory of the scene in Schitt's Creek where David left Alexis with like 5 healthy Tamagotchis, and when I came back, they were all dead. And it was like this huge memory he had.
Drama. Yes. Drama. Yes, I do remember. And hashtag, I mean, wow, we haven't even yet.
We haven't even touched that show. Oh, so many options.
I mean, we have hashtagged Moira. We have hashtag Catherine O'Hare.
We did?
So, yes, we have. So she is out of the running.
Okay, because that was one I was going to go with because, well, second choice because she's going to be in the new Beetlejuice movie later.
I know.
This year.
So.
Oh, it's going to be so good. Okay, so we're going to go with Daniel, probably.
Of course.
Hashtag, what does Daniel Levy dream?
Oh. I mean,
about
I just
damn time.
adore him. I adore him.
Can I just tell you, so on my laptop, which I am currently using to record this podcast, I have a sticker on it that's his black sweater, and it just says, "Ew, David." Yes. And that is like on my computer, what I use, that is what I want the world to know about me, is "Ew, David." So come on, Dan, give it to us.
Oh, please let us know. I'm begging you on my knees.
So amazing. So amazing.
Now I'm thinking of Schitt's Creek. Okay.
I know, sorry.
What an
You
incredible
got me
show.
off on those
Incredible.
Tamagotchis.
Do you call it Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi. Not Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Brooke, I know you're a bougie bitch, but you said Tamagotchi,
Coochie Goochie?
which makes sense. No, I did.
You did have a Tamagotchi.
I did have a Tamagotchi. Actually, I think it came out a little bit more like my younger sister Kelly's age. Mm-hmm. I think she had one. I think I babysat it a few times, perhaps. For our young besties, Tamagotchi. It was like I don't know, the size of a
keychain.
Yeah, it's like it says on a keychain. It's like something that's maybe the size of a cup. I mean, like diameter wise, like. Small.
Oh, I was like almost
okay.
like.
Let me see if I can. What would be the size of? It's like almost the size of like a baseball.
A pager.
Like the circumference
like
of a baseball.
pager.
A pager. Like they know. If they don't know what Tamagotchi is, Brooke, you think they know what a pager is? Please.
So what you would use to like automatically like
the
your
size of an
key
egg.
fob.
It's the size of an egg.
Okay, let's
Is that
go
easy?
there.
Yeah. Okay. So it is a pixelated, just like a little tiny screen, which you had a little egg that hatched. And then you had to make this little Tamagotchi grow up, and you had to feed it every so often. So like almost if you didn't come back to your Tamagotchi every hour, your Tamagotchi would die. And then you could never reset it. You couldn't reset it. So once that toy died, you're done.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It was a lot of responsibility for 10-year-olds.
I thought you would have particularly liked it because you love The Sims so much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's kind of like a similar
type thing. Oh, 80s toys, the best. Or I guess that would be 90s. 90s
that
toys.
90s, but yeah, still good.
So going back to the dream, I know we did a hashtag and we went on a Tamagotchi off the rails exploration.
Gucci Gucci.
But Gucci. Take your Tamagotchi and let's
get out of here.
Okay, I'm saying it Tamagotchi from now on. In the theme of Tamagotchi, it was basically a gulpin, but with legs, arms, and the yellow part looked like a piece of wheat and no lips and black part. LOL. Anyways, I arrive at my grandma's house. By the way, she's... Okay, it took me a second. I had to read that again. By the way, Grandma is a blind dog in lavender pajamas with dots.
Oh.
Grandma dog?
Grandma dog, Catman. We got some interesting combos today.
That happens to be in a library. So now we're in a library. Scene change. She starts talking to me about how she used to have a baby, and whenever she needed to clean it up, she would dump it in the tub to get rid of the 1,000 bugs.
Ew.
Bro. Then she used bug repellent to keep the bugs away. Can you imagine spraying your baby?
This is a human baby, or is it a dog?
I think I'm picturing it as a human baby.
That's what I'm picturing.
Otherwise, if it's a dog, it wouldn't just be fleas. You can just there's medicine for that.
Thousands of bugs on your baby, and you're just throwing it in the tub.
I think I'd go to a
spraying
doctor.
it with chemicals.
I know, right? Get that extra DEET on there.
Oh my god.
Deep woods, DEET. You might kill your baby. Don't do it for
Yeah,
don't
people. Do that for real.
Besties, we know you're smarter than that. Don't do that. So, next, she said her husband complained on never going on a cruise. So, they eventually went on one, LOL. Anyways, she finishes talking. There's a Tamagotchi section saying... Okay, I can't say Tamagotchi. Speaking of that. There's a Tamagotchi section saying, "Save Tamagotchi." Save Tamagotchi. But then it cuts to Gulpin guy sitting on a couch with a flickering light above him. darkness all around, and Grandma's behind him, about to kill him.
Oh.
I mean, she already killed the baby.
What'd she use, D?
That's implied.
For him, too?
She just got, instead of like the old-timey where they got like the guns on the hip, the slingers, she just got like bottles of D. I mean, it could be better than pepper spray.
I'm armed and dangerous.
Agent Orange. Ready. Let's go.
Now that would take care of the bugs.
That would definitely take care of the bugs and most brain cells.
And just life in general.
Thanks for sending that in, anonymous girl. And hey, if we're ever in Nunya, we'll come visit.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll go to that diner. Okay. So last night, Sebastian, I should tell you who this is from. This is from Sebastian from Charlotte. Last night, I dreamed that we were at the beach. It was just my dad and 2 brothers. We were sitting on the gazebo looking out at the ocean. Suddenly, my dad makes us all get up, get in the car, and takes us to a surgeon and forces us all to have our penises cut off.
No, that's not cool, Dad.
Ruining a good day at the beach.
What? He's just like looking at the ocean like, I have an idea. For some reason, all of our penises are really big and slimy. Oh, ew.
This is getting nasty. We then take them back to the beach house and throw them into the ocean.
Do you get to make a wish? I mean,
yeah, what is this about?
I don't even know how you could walk after that, let alone go back to the beach. Says,
when I woke up, I thought for a moment my penis was gone. I felt immense relief when I felt it there.
Of course.
I could imagine that's the first thing you do. You're going to be like, oh, God, yeah, it's still there.
Oh, thank God. It's not in the ocean.
It's not big slimy in the ocean.
Gross.
I love that. Like, he just got this idea. We got to go get these cut off, but we have to come back and throw them into the ocean. Yeah, that's the ultimate wish. I mean, if you cut your penis off and throw it and make
3 wishes,
you get like 5 more wishes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yep. I read it in a book once.
Yeah, it was a good book.
Late life circumcision. It was called.
Too much circumcision. Circumcision gone wild.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
wow.
well,
I don't know where to go with this.
I'm glad you are still in control of your package.
Wow. Okay. Brooke, you're gonna love this. Here we go.
Okay. I'm ready.
This is Kara from Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
I haven't been able to sleep due to problems in my life, keeping me awake and thinking. And I recently had this really weird dream when I was able to sleep. My aunt was teaching me how to drive stick on a car at night in her driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to drive stick, Brooke?
Not at all. Do you?
No. Did you ever try to learn, though?
Not, like, really try. Like, a friend of mine took me out into, like, a field.
Not a driveway?
Not a driveway, and I tried for, like, I don't know, a good 10 minutes, and then I was done.
Like, no,
not for me. But, I mean, I think it would be fun to drive stick. Like,
sure.
But I don't know. Nope.
I'm not like the rub my tummy, pat my head type.
No, I am not either.
Coordination. So to push in a clutch and then ease off the brake.
It's a lot.
I can't be a drummer. I can't drive stick.
Well, what good are you?
I don't know. I have a podcast.
I don't know. Why would you say that? I don't know. You're amazing. You're amazing.
I love you.
I don't care if you can't drive stick or play the drums.
Thanks. Well, Kara's trying to learn in a driveway, which seems like a very narrow, bad place to learn.
Yeah.
We got out of the car, and my sister was there. We hear the ice cream truck music as a bus approaches.
Okay.
Ice cream bus? You can hold a lot of SpongeBob's in that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my sister attempt to enter the house quickly out of fear, and my aunt is just taking the whole situation casually. I guess it was a creepy ice cream bus.
Yeah. I guess Could you, like, I'm hearing, like, the slowed down, like, music, like, making it, like, really, like, haunting and creepy. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Okay. As we get inside, we lock everything, and I look out the front of the house and see clowns everywhere in the front yard. So it was a ice cream clown bus. I mean, that could hold a lot of clowns. I mean, especially if it's like had the clown car capability out of a bus.
I mean,
Can you
what
just imagine?
could a bus could hold like 1,000 clowns?
It's horrifying.
Easily.
Yikes. They were all different. Some normal. I don't know how normal they are, but okay, some normal.
What? Okay.
Some creepy. Some on all fours. And some small
That's
ones.
not creepy?
Yeah.
I don't like the ones on all fours.
No.
To me, it's super creepy. Ooh.
I began taunting the clowns because I knew they couldn't get in. And then, out of
I don't
nowhere...
think that was the best idea.
No, never taunt a clown.
Don't taunt the clown.
That's craziness.
Don't poke the bear.
It's a death wish. Then out of nowhere, my grandma, who has been dead for 4 years now, just hugs me, and we start jumping up and down in joy while hugging. And then I look at the back door, and
Oh, no.
some of the clowns got in, and that's when I woke up in fear.
You're in
Well,
big
Kara,
trouble.
you kind of asked for it.
You
kind of did.
You asked for it, and you're lucky you woke up, sweetie, because I think that dream was going to take a real nasty turn.
I'm glad Grandma was there, though. That was nice. That was a nice visit.
That was nice. I liked that part.
Maybe Grandma's got some
was lovely.
clown-killing capabilities we don't know of, so maybe Grandma would have just taken care of the situation.
That would have been an interesting turn in the dream.
Yep.
Was this
Grandma
the same
versus
grandma
clowns?
that was a dog, or was that the last?
That was the last
dream
one.
you
A
read?
lot of grandmas today. A lot of grandmas.
A lot of grandmas.
Dog grandma, clown-killing grandma. I don't know. Grandmas are in a lot of
Clown-killing
dreams.
grandma,
They
badass.
just really are.
Yeah. I think that it's a big comfort symbol or, past memory type thing for a lot of people.
Yep. But there's one lesson to learn.
Wow.
Don't
Don't taunt the clowns.
The clowns. Dangerous.
Okay. This one's a little different. This is Lakeland. I like that name.
Love it.
Lakeland from Fort Worth.
Okay.
I had a dream just now. Wow. Wow.
Just now. And then you just felt like emailing the podcast. Love it. Thank you.
Yep. I was some well-known billionaire, like it.
Sweet.
And I was on a
That's
rooftop.
Tamagotchi right there.
That's Tamagotchi. Whoa, billionaire. I was on a rooftop at night watching an event along with some other important people.
Okay.
This guy randomly approaches me. He seemed like my personal assistant or bodyguard, I'm not sure. And whispers to me to stay quiet and told me something about the Passion Project.
Okay.
Apparently, this project was a secret project by the government and was about executing people who are rude and bad-tempered. I'm like, this is a
not
good
opposed.
project, I think. It's better than most. Bad-tempered. And then he tells me to start acting nice for the cameras.
Oh,
I
there's
was so
cameras.
scared. I was shaking. Suddenly, a photographer approaches to take a photo of us all, and my PA tells me to smile as hard as I can.
Ooh, hard smiles.
Have you ever smiled or laughed so much your cheeks hurt?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think half of the time I have done that has been with you in your presence.
Same. You make me
Every
laugh.
week when we record, Brooke. Duh.
I wake up the next day, I'm like, ah.
Oh, yeah, and your stomach hurts.
Okay. Oh, the stomach is bad. Sometimes I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Initially, the Passion Project looked like a spa store in my dream.
Oh.
I don't know what a spa store is, but I'll go there.
Deceiving.
Then I guess it changed into a cereal brand. You know how things do.
Yeah.
Because I was asked to do a commercial along with Hey Mindy, Taylor Swift,
Yes, girlie.
and 2 other famous people. I can't remember now.
That doesn't matter.
I didn't do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Taylor's. What doesn't matter?
I didn't do anything while we were shooting the commercial, but they were basically force-fed to eat this artificially sweet cereal that they looked like they wanted to throw up. But they have to play it nice for the cameras because they don't want to get executed. Wow.
Yeah,
what would you think about the Passion Project?
I think it's... really? You're gonna make me talk about human execution, Brooke? Like I should be okay with it? You're painting me in a corner here. This is gonna be like used as talking. You're gonna clip it out and be like, Mindy believes in executing people.
Exactly.
That's not what I'm saying. I see where you're going. I don't like mean people. I'll say that. I don't necessarily believe
I
people
don't like
should be
rude, bad-tempered people either, but
we
maybe
could find maybe something a little more humane.
The Passion Project could be a little more passionate and maybe throw them all on an island like they did with Australia when it was all prisoners.
Yeah,
get all the rude, bad-tempered people.
Yeah,
we'll find an island.
Yeah, we'll do that.
They can be mean to each other.
We'll make sure there's some coconuts there and some racehorses. You'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
All right. This is Jim from Omaha.
Ooh.
This is called Sleep Paralysis Inside of a Dream. I had a dream during a real-life car ride. I fell asleep while driving.
Oh.
Well, not while driving. That would be bad. He fell asleep.
I was like,
let me after pre-reading it, let me just say, he was on a road trip in real life, in the back seat, fell asleep. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I had a dream during my car ride, and I was on the freeway with the exact people I was driving with in real life. Once we made it to a certain part of the drive, my friend reversed parked in a building in the city. Reverse parkers.
Good job.
We've talked about that.
Good job.
The second part of my dream was really weird. We drove to a fire station, and my group was having a talk with the firefighters. I was sitting in the back seat of the car on the right side, and for some reason, I wasn't able to get out or move at all. It was like in the dream, I was having sleep paralysis. So not experiencing sleep paralysis in your waking life. It was
but in your dream.
Crazy, right? Yeah.
That's interesting.
For about 5 minutes, I was trying to move my head, and I just couldn't move it. Finally, I was able to slowly move my whole body and got out of the car and met up with my group at the fire station. Can you call a fireman over? Hey, I'm paralyzed. I'm having some issue here. Can you send the ambulance, perhaps?
Please?
Paramedics. Next, we start sitting down for dinner at the firehouse. Dinner tables were spread out, one by one. The food was being passed down from table to table. So we're talking family style. The food consisted of steak and jelly.
Oh, that's one I've never heard of before.
There's also condiments and utensils we use as well.
So you're mixing
jelly is kind of
and mustard and jelly with your steak, what mayonnaise? What kind of condiments?
Got some A1, but the jelly throws me off in this one.
Concoction, yeah.
Yeah, the jelly throwing me off. I don't eat my steak with jelly.
I don't either. I'm too bougie.
You're too Tamagotchi.
I eat my steak with jam.
Gotta get the seeds.
Alrighty. This is Cynthia from Oakland. O-Town, one of the O-Towns.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds was my baby daddy. Hey now.
Nice.
All right.
I like it.
Starts okay.
Yeah.
She says, do I love Ryan Reynolds? No, sorry. Say what?
Girl,
he's
what's
good looking and funny and
okay, I'll take him.
But I don't think I've even ever watched a Ryan Reynolds movie. The dream was pretty simple, I guess. I went outside and Mr. Reynolds, is that what you call your baby daddy? Mr. Reynolds.
Well, maybe.
Oh, Mindy.
Daddy.
Mr. Reynolds was sitting in a blue plastic kiddie pool by my porch, holding two baby girls in swimsuits and hats.
Oh.
I said, are they mine?
Oh.
And he said, of course.
You don't remember?
I guess. I feel like Cynthia is so like sarcastic in this dream. Like,
Nice.
okay, Ryan Reynolds. Okay.
I have
Those are my babies.
Whatever.
Okay. Like just so nonchalant about it. Like, all right, let's. There wasn't much else in the dream, but it was just so random. But she says the babies were pretty cute, though. I picked up one of the babies, and that's literally all I remember.
I mean, that's an interesting dream, though.
Yes. I mean, it is very random. So,
Yes,
like,
yeah.
I think you should enjoy your Ryan Reynolds baby daddy supreme with his cute little girls in the.
And maybe
in the
you should
pool.
watch a Ryan Reynolds movie, and maybe it'll change your mind about him.
Yep.
Yeah, give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Agreed.
Although, is he married to,
What's her name? The blonde.
um,
She's stunning. Blake Lively? Is it
yes,
Blake Lively?
Yeah, you're right.
Lively?
Yeah, that's one. Yep.
What a stunning couple.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of our cat naps. We had quite a mix. I mean, a lot of grandmas.
Grandmas.
But, still quite a mix.
Animals, humans.
Animals, good times. And G, of course, for sharing everything, your personal and your dream. And we appreciate everything that you do. So keep fighting.
All right. Brooke, we haven't done pod news in a while, so I did want to share some exciting things with you.
Yes, I am excited.
The first, I want to give a shout out to Godless Pod Bimbo, who left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Oh my God.
Godless Pod Bimbo. Love it. She says, can't stop laughing. These two are hilarious. Such a fan. We're a fan of you,
Oh,
Bimbo.
Godless.
I feel bad saying it that way, but we are a fan of yours, so thank you.
Oh, very big fan. Thank you.
Huge.
That was
Yeah.
so sweet.
I'm starting a fan club. Thank you. The other thing I want to share with you, darling Brooke, is we hit on the podcast charts this week.
Huh?
We charted for Comedy Podcast number 66 in Belarus. 66
Hey now.
Comedy Podcast.
Number 66.
I don't know
We love
who
you, Belarus.
you are over there listening, but you are our new favorite besties. You
Yes,
Belarusians.
The whole
you.
country.
The whole country. We love it.
You're
Maybe
sweet peeps.
we might have to stop there. I don't know if it's a friendly country, actually.
That's
So
going to
we'll
be
see.
on our trip. One of our stops. We're going to Belarus.
Yeah, world tour.
I'm excited. That is good pod news.
That is exciting. Yeah, so exciting things are happening. And other things are in the works. Bestie, you're just going to have to stick around. We have something coming up in April that's going to be exciting, and possibly September that we're working on. Yes.
Good things coming this year.
Brooke, I have a very interesting story to share with you today.
Oh my, am I intrigued.
Oh, it's a hard one, though.
Okay.
I came across this by watching 2020.
Oh.
There was an episode that originally aired on January 29th, 2001. So this is where I get a lot of my information. There's always links in the show notes. This is a story of Yarmila Falater. So this starts off with Yarmila. She was born February 5th, 1955 in a close town, actually, Berwyn, Illinois.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is
Right down the
basically where I used to live.
Yeah,
I used to live when South Oak Park Avenue ran into Berwyn was like the next block away from me.
So that's where she was born. Her parents were Joseph and Yarmila. That's her mom's name, so family name. She was raised Catholic, and actually one of her nicknames was Yarm, which I think what an adorable nickname. Yarm. I think it's cute.
Yarm. What's up?
Oh, for like a little girl, like Yarm. You're Yarm.
Oh, cutie. Yarmy.
People said she was a very intelligent, young lady. She was funny, but she always spoke her mind. She had no problem telling people what she thought.
She taunts clowns.
Don't taunt clowns. If there's anything we learned today, it's not a good idea. Yarmila attended Riverside Brookfield High School. She would have graduated in 1973.
Okay.
So, but her sophomore year at the high school in English class, she met a man named Scott Falater. Scott was smitten with her.
Was this a fellow student?
Yeah, a student.
Oh, okay.
So they're in the same English class in sophomore year.
Okay, I thought you were going to like flip it and say it was the teacher.
No. They met in sophomore English. He just was smitten. It was his first girlfriend, and his mom even knew right away, like, he was going to marry her. He was head over heels for her. Well, Scott, let's talk about Scott a little bit. So Scott Falater was born September 14th, 1955. He was born in Miami Beach, but relocated to Illinois, which is how he met Yarmila. He was the oldest of 5 kids, also raised Catholic. At one point, his mom did say that she didn't have a great relationship with Scott's dad, and so it was kind of hard on him growing up. They had kind of a tumultuous marriage.
Yeah.
And Scott was always known in high school as being an introvert, but a good student. So they started dating sophomore year. They were like, 15, young puppy love. And they were actually voted in the high school, I don't know if it was a newspaper or the yearbook, but they were voted most likely to get married by classmates.
Oh, cute.
After high school graduation, they decided to go to different colleges. They were about 50 miles apart in northern Illinois, in kind of this area here.
That's not bad. That's
you got to grow and learn your own thing.
Yeah.
Give yourself some space to become a young adult.
Yep.
It was about this time Scott met some LDS missionaries around the time he was in college. He became interested in the Mormon faith and wanted both him and Yarmila to convert before getting married to Mormonism.
Oh, gosh.
You're Catholic,
Yeah.
It's, you're both raised Catholic.
But it sounds like it's going to be more of the FLDS kind of... Okay. Well, it's... Okay. I'm not going to judge.
Nope. You can judge later. I'll let you.
Yes.
So at first, Yarmila wasn't convinced that she wanted to switch her faith, but later agreed. The two were married at the ages of 21 and 20, so right out of college, in a Mormon ceremony.
Wow.
They moved to Florida in the early 80s, and they had 2 kids. They had Megan was born in 81, and Michael was born in 84.
Okay.
Good life. It was stressful. They kind of moved around a little bit, but they finally settled in Arizona in 1987.
Oh, now I know it's really going towards the FLDS.
There's a big kind of community there, right?
Presence in Arizona, like right where you're like Utah and Arizona, and yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is the northeast side of Phoenix, so Maricopa County area.
Oh, okay.
This is where they lived. So I'm going to fast forward 10 years. So they had their roots planted in Phoenix area for about 10 years. Scott and Yarmila are 42 and 41, respectively. Their kids are a little older now. Their kids are 15 and 12. And Yarmila, now that the kids were a little older, decided to go back to work, and so she was a preschool teacher.
Oh, cool.
Scott was an electrical engineer at Motorola. Do you remember those phones?
Motorola.
Did you ever have a Motorola phone?
I did. It was one of my favorite.
Yes.
I had the flip phone.
Oh,
and you had to pull the little
antenna.
Pull the little antenna. That was like one of my favorite phones.
I loved
of all time.
that phone because then it collapsed and it had a little belt clip. I could put it in.
It was cute. What was it called? I can't remember, but it had like a name. But my favorite.
Now, Scott was a big member of the LDS Church at this point and became a seminary teacher. So we would teach kids, morning classes about the faith, and it was kind of a big part of his life at this point. Now we're going to get to a day, Brooke, that it's going to break your heart.
Oh, God.
This is January 16th, 1997. Yeah, this is kind of right before you moved to Arizona.
It is.
A couple years, right? Did you move there in 99?
2000.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, a couple years.
Okay, so this particular day, Scott worked a long day at Motorola, came home. Yarmila cooks dinner for the family. Scott mentions over dinner that he was stressed about a work project, that it was going to be canceled, and he was worried about his team members getting let go.
Sure.
And everything I heard from these interviews on the 2020, his employees loved him. They're like, he was the nicest guy. He took care of them. They had nothing but great things to say about him.
They always are, Mindy. They're always the nicest people.
After dinner, Scott was working on his seminary lesson for the next morning class, and Yarm asked him to take a look at the pool pump. It wasn't working, and she was afraid that the water was going to turn green. You know those Arizona pools.
Yeah.
In the hot heat, it's going to turn nasty. So she's like, hey, babe, I have something on your honey-do list. Can you go outside, check the pump, get it working? So he worked on it for a while, couldn't get it working. There was something with the O-ring that was like stuck or not working. So he worked until it got dark and was pretty much like, I don't know. I have to look at it tomorrow when it gets light out again. So here's the timeline I want to talk about. The kids were home. The kids went to bed about 9 p.m. And it was about 9:30, Scott recalled later, that he went to bed himself. It got dark. The kids were already in bed. His wife, Yarmila, was watching TV on the couch. Do you want to guess, Brooke, what TV show she would have been watching in 1999 about 9 o'clock at night?
2020.
No. Oh. Could have been.
Let's see.
It's one of my favorites. I'll say drama.
It has to be at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
There's no comedies at 9.
No.
99?
I can give you a hint when you want.
Is it a nighttime show? You said, okay, yeah, it's a nighttime show.
Yeah.
Sorry. 9 o'clock. Give me a hint. What network was it on?
I want to say NBC, but I'm not 100% sure. I can give you an actor in it.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards.
Are you talking about ER for reals?
Yes, I am.
No, because that was going to be my first guess as a joke.
Yes. Oh, no.
Because I'm rewatching it as we speak.
Are you?
I'm on episode 12 of season 1. I mean, it took me like 2 weeks to get through just the first 2 episodes because they were so emotional.
Yes.
But now I'm on a nice cruise and speed, and I'm like, no, it couldn't possibly be
You
that.
got Noah
like,
Wiley, you got
possibly
George
be ER.
Clooney. Classic, right? So
yeah, I remember you didn't know Anthony Edwards.
I know, it was Goose. Oh, blew my mind. Blew my mind, that episode.
Oh, my God. Okay, loves this.
So, yeah.
Okay, ER.
Yeah, Yarmila's just watching TV. She fell asleep. He kind of kissed her goodnight, and he went to bed. Scott did. Then we're going to kind of shift. We're a scene change here, Brooke.
Okay.
We're now at the neighbor's house. We're at Stephanie and Greg's house, and let me give you what happens. To give you kind of an idea of what the setup is, they have like a brick or concrete wall between their backyards.
Yep.
According to Stephanie, this is her account. Greg and I were getting ready to go to bed somewhere a little after 10, probably 10:30. And then I heard moaning or crying or something. And I told Greg, I think it was something outside. We just really didn't want to be the nosy neighbors, eavesdropping. But Greg thought, hopefully it's not something bad happening. So he just went outside and took a look over the wall.
Oh, no.
Greg sees the body of Yarmila just laying there. At first he kind of thought it was like she was drunk or passed out. It just kind of looked like she was intoxicated. And he looks up and he sees Scott in the bedroom, walking out of the bathroom into the bedroom. And it looked like he was like rubbing his hands or something. And, they're like, okay, that's weird. Maybe she just had too much wine tonight. The dog starts barking. So they have a dog. The dog starts going crazy at the back door.
He's still standing there at the wall?
Yes, he's watching this. He then sees Scott come downstairs, try to stop the dog from barking, tries to pacify the dog. Scott comes out into the backyard, and he stands over Yarmila. He then grabs her by both arms, over her head, and drags her to the edge of the pool, and then seems to roll her body into the pool.
What?
Here's the 911 call transcript.
Oh, God.
911, what's your emergency? I don't know. My neighbors, there's a bunch of yelling and screaming going on. I looked over the fence and the husband just threw, I believe, the wife into the pool, and it looks like he's holding her underwater. Do you need a minute? Because that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, cops arrive. They look in the backyard. They see a bloody scene. They see the patio door is cracked, so, they go in. One officer said that the pool looked like a shark attack.
Oh.
So they go inside, guns drawn, find Scott, clean white undershirt, red flannel pajama bottoms, standing at the top of the stairs, looking confused but out of breath. Scott begins to ask, what's going on? The cops ask,
I am beyond intrigued.
I got a pair of red flannel jammies. I'm no Scott.
Too. I didn't kill anybody.
According to the cops, they ask him how many people are in the house. He answers 4. They handcuff him, put him in the car, and they sweep the house. That's when they find the kids, Megan and Michael.
Oh, God.
No, it's okay. No problem with the kids. Okay. I know. According to the son, Michael, he said in the 2020 interview, the next thing I recall is a police officer waking me up sometime very early in the morning and telling me that my parents had gotten into a fight and had a disagreement. I thought it was odd because I had never seen my parents fight or argue.
Huh.
Okay. Well, Brooke, I think you know where this is going. Why I'm doing this story.
I think it's the sleepwalking murder.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You had me thrown, though. I really thought it was going to go FLDS, so
yeah.
Woo! Shock.
Yay. Yay, not yay.
Yay, not yay, yeah.
So they bring Scott down to the police station in the interrogation room. And there's a video. I'm also going to post that link in the show notes. He is just beyond. Like, he is like just curled up, kind of like hunched over in his chair. He's not looking at the investigators when he's talking. He's confused. He is not crying, but he is just kind of stunned.
And have they told her she's dead?
Yeah. So they had said, your wife was killed. You killed your wife.
So he's not just confused, like, why am I being taken in? They told he was well aware that.
Yep. I mean, they had an eyewitness hold her under the water. Like, they kind of, no questions asked. He killed his wife. Scott accepted what he was being told. He just had no recollection of it. He didn't deny it.
That has
he just
to be terrifying.
Does not recall. Oh, right? Like, how...
Especially if they seem like such a happy couple. Like, that would be horrifying to wake up and realize
not only that the love of your life is dead, but now you're being told that you did it and you don't remember it?
And now you're going to, like, your kids won't have parents because one's dead and one's in jail. Like that.
Tough.
Oof.
So it seems like an open and shut case. He did do it. I mean, there's no doubt. We have a witness. He killed his wife.
What happened that was so bloody? Did we miss that part?
Yeah, nope, I'm coming to it.
Okay.
Nonetheless, it was going to go to trial. The reason it was going to, it has to go to trial, of course, but the prosecution was seeking death penalty, and the defense was saying it was sleepwalking, that he had no clue he did it. It wasn't premeditated. They're not denying he did it, but they were trying to get the death penalty off of the table.
I mean, it is hard to believe a sleepwalking defense. It really is just a tough thing to prove. We've seen it over cases we've looked at before on the show, but it's like, I would think they could at least consider manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter,
They're going for first degree.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is interesting that the trial begins in May of 1999. So just before you moved there, because I bet you would have you would have heard about this constantly if you were in the Phoenix area.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was televised. So it was actually quite a national event because it was a televised trial. It lasted 6 weeks. And there were 52 witnesses called. That's a lot of witnesses.
Oh, 52?
Yeah. And a majority of them,
Why?
Of course, the neighbors.
I mean, for such an open, like what they're saying, open and shut case. But like 52?
I think a lot of it was character testimony. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, Scott, how was their marriage? The defense was trying to put in holes in it. Like, what was the motive?
The motive, yeah.
You knew Scott. Like, what kind of person was he? What kind of relationship was he? Was there any financial trouble? Was there another woman? And nothing. But we'll get into that.
Gosh.
What the defense was saying is Scott had woken up from his sleep, grabbed a flashlight, and a knife to cut the O-ring to fix the pump. So they felt like he was still fixing the pump, right? So, like, he grabbed a flashlight, grabbed a knife, went outside. Yarmila came up behind him and saw that, hey, what are you doing? And startled him. And that's when she was stabbed.
That's not tight. That's not tight.
Yeah, not tight. But his mom and sister were the ones that really wanted to push this defense because they claimed as a kid he had sleptwalk. I'll give you a couple of examples. His mom said that he came down fully dressed for school once at midnight. When he was 15 or 16, he came downstairs completely naked and had to be waken up from a sleepwalk. But here's I think the most interesting story that they shared. His sister Laura, when Scott was 20, it was about a month before his wedding to Yarmila. So he was doing college finals. He was stressed out about the wedding. He wasn't sleeping well. And he had went to bed about 9 o'clock, and she was up watching TV when she saw him, maybe, when she saw him, like, walk behind her. And so she kind of got up, realized he was sleepwalking, kind of got between him and the door so he wouldn't hurt himself or walk outside. And when she kind of got between him and the door, she brushed her shoulder against him, and he picked her up and threw her against the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
And she says he looked angry and demonic and didn't have any recollection of that event. It's going to get crazier.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that's the only time anyone ever saw him violent. Like, he was not a violent guy. Again, character witnesses said he was the best guy. He was never violent. His kids never saw their parents fight. They're like, this is not him. But the problem for the prosecution was there's no motive. There was no motive. The financial records all look good. There was no argument. There was no other woman. And even one of Yarmila's best friends took the stand, and she said the relationship was good. She never spoke bad about Scott. Now, granted, like, some people put on a facade, even if their marriage is having problems.
Sure.
Like, you tell everyone everything's good. So, could things have not been great? That's something that we won't know.
You can't hide that shit necessarily from kids and close family friends, are still going to know.
Yeah.
No matter how close you keep it.
This friend did say that she did recall a conversation where Yarmila had a couple years earlier mentioned that Scott was a sleepwalker. Yarmila told a story that she woke up and Scott was rummaging through the closet for clothes in the middle of the night, but she never mentioned any sort of violence when he sleptwalked.
I mean, you think if it's stress related, like what he did to his sister or whatnot, you think during a marriage and kids and all that, he would have had a similar, at some point, and in all those years, another incident,
Yep. The lead prosecutor was Juan Martinez. He had never lost a murder case. I mean, I think, again, this is an open show case. He's going to get charged with murder. But he wanted that murder in first degree with the death penalty is what he was seeking. Because to him, it wasn't...
That's harsh.
It was not sleepwalking. He thought this was premeditated. Right. According to
what's the motive?
That is the problem with the prosecution. They cannot tie this to a motive at all. But here's some more facts that I think might sway your decision.
Okay.
According to prosecutors, the scene they painted was Scott came outside. He lured Yarmila outside. And then we have some records from the medical examiner that kind of play out the scene. He came up behind her.
Okay.
Covered her mouth and stabbed her on her right side with his right hand with a hunting knife.
Ooh.
So it's not that he just grabbed... Okay, here's my problem. He didn't just grab a kitchen knife. Like, you watched... Like, where do you keep a hunting knife? It's not going to be in your nightside stand. It's probably going to be, like...
No, it's going to be...
Garage
or
the
shed.
Tools. Like, the hunting knife.
Yeah.
The fact it was a hunting knife kind of bothers me. So this is what happened. After he had stabbed her, she was not dead yet. There was 44 stab marks. Most of them being defensive. There was two critical ones that caused all the blood loss.
Of the 44, only 2 were critical? That's terrible. Yeah. That means she really put up a fight.
Oh, and she knew. I mean, if this was sleepwalking, I mean, can you imagine the confusion you would have?
You wouldn't understand why he's doing this. No. Your husband,
No, it's not someone you know. It's not someone you know. After stabbing her, went inside, showered, got dressed. He then put on a Band-Aid, went back outside, drowned her, hold her in the water, came back inside, rechanged his clothes. So we're two clothes changes in, a shower and 2 clothes changes. Took all the evidence, the clothes, the bloody knife. He had a mouthpiece for some reason, gloves, boots. Put them in.
What do you mean a mouthpiece?
Like, I don't know, like, I can't find all the details on it. Like, it was almost like, I don't know if it's like a sport, like a weightlifting or like a
mouth
football, like
guard,
a mouth guard.
Like a teeth guard? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe it was like a sleeping thing because, Mark has like a sleeping guard.
Sleeping.
So maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Puts it all in a Tupperware container, in a garbage bag in a Tupperware container, and hides it in the wheel well of his vehicle.
That doesn't sound like someone that is just dreaming.
Those
are very intelligent steps. That is very calculated.
A shower would especially wake you up. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe.
I mean, and to having him say he put all the thought into hiding all the evidence and then hiding it like that. That's not what you do when you're sleepwalking. You're not that logical. You're not.
No. Sorry, this is a long topic, but okay. Like I said, the medical examiner said he had stabbed her 44 times, a lot of defensive wounds. There was water in her lungs, which proved the fact that she was still alive when he hauled her underwater.
God, after being stabbed 44 times and then you're still alive and then someone drowns you?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's horrifying for her. Of course, the trial brings plenty of sleep experts, right?
But I was ready for these experts to be hitting the stand.
One of the experts for the prosecution said people don't typically hide things.
Right.
But of course, then the defense is like, people hide things all the time. Like they put their purse in a drawer, or they'll put the ketchup in the dishwasher. Like
I do.
So
shit like
again,
that.
It's very hard because they're getting all these different experts have different opinions. And then what the prosecution said was they're spinning the story that it was premeditated. He hid the evidence. The only reason he got caught was because the neighbors happened to see what was going on and called 911.
And
was he going to spin a story of there was a burglar, I was sleeping, he's going to come out in the morning, find his wife dead. The only thing that happened was he got caught by the neighbors. But what's the motive? What's the motive? I don't know.
And what if he hadn't got caught by the neighbor? What was he going to do with the body?
I think he would have spun the tale that it was a burglar.
Yeah.
He was sleeping and someone came in and murdered her. I think that's my feeling.
Well, then that shows that he is thinking about a reason, and he's making illogical, granted.
Yes.
I'll say not sane, but logical decisions. Like he knew he needed to hide or cover up stuff. So
while he was awaiting his trial, Scott did participate in a sleep study. He was monitored for 4 nights, and he had, our favorite thing, the polysomnograph. He's hooked up to that. So it's checking all his brain waves and things while sleeping. Now, according to the defense experts, they said that it showed hypersynchronous delta waves, which could be indicative of sleepwalking.
Okay.
So what it is like instead of seamlessly transitioning between each stages of sleep, it is, how we see it's like it's a wave. It shows more disruption in his brain between the sleep stages, and especially before the dream stage.
Yes, but sleepwalking is very different than sleep killing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think we should put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. That's another good one.
The difference of opinion of the experts is what, the jury is listening to. The defense had 2 sleep experts saying that he didn't knowingly do it. And then the prosecution had 1 sleep expert that discredited the sleep study, saying those results could have actually been from sleep apnea instead. They have similar, I guess, waves. Scott even took the stand in his own defense and saying he had no memory of that evening. He said he loved his wife. And it went to the jury.
Oh, my God.
Brooke. Let me ask you your opinion. And I think this one, it might have been one that you covered in your quick little guilty, innocent, or insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? What is your opinion on this? Obviously, it's murder. We know that part. Are they going to get the death penalty?
He's guilty. Guilty with commuted to life?
Okay, let's see. The jury deliberated for 8 hours.
That must have been a rough room.
Yeah. The first vote, 8-4. So it's not like it was unanimous. It took them a little while.
Wow. 8-4, 8-4 guilty?
8-4 guilty, yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wow. The second vote came in 10-2. And on
that
June
one was
20th,
convincing people.
No. Brooke would be in there and she's like, what's the motive?
What's
the motive?
What is the motive? We still don't know. It's in the jury's hands, and we still don't have a motive.
We don't. We'll never get no motive for this. We will never get one. Spoiler alert. It's not like, something, but it's not like something came up later. Like, if it was another woman and a relationship ends, there's usually someone who's willing to talk. So, no.
This just
never, nothing came up.
This is so bizarre because I don't believe the hiding stuff, but I don't understand the lack of motive, though, either.
Yeah. Right. So on June 25th, 1999, Scott was found guilty of murder in the first degree. So he is currently still alive. He is serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole at the Tuma prison complex. He will be there till he dies. He does not have a chance of getting out.
he went in, so he's been there like 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Around? Because he went in his 40s or whatever?
He was 42 when it happened.
Mm. And he's still sticking to his story.
He still has no recollection at all of what happened.
Oh,
still
this is a toughie.
Let's give you a little bit of like the aftermath. Yarmila's mom agreed he should go to prison. She's like, yeah, he did kill my daughter. But she also wanted her grandkids to have a relationship with the father, and she doesn't blame him. I feel, from what I read, that she thinks it wasn't on purpose. Like, he was sleepwalking. Mm-hmm. So, like, even if your own mom...
That's a huge testament to his character.
Right? I'm like, this whole story is taking me... Yes, it was sleepwalking. Wait, he tried to hide evidence. What's the motive? You know, I'm so back and forth on this case.
I am too.
And
I just can't believe nothing has come up in the 30 years or whatever. Like, like you said, no other financial records, nothing from a family, friend, ex, lover, anything. Like, what?
Yeah. Now, as far as the kids go, I mean, they're about our age. His daughter, Megan, doesn't visit him regularly anymore. Scott said in an interview that he doesn't blame her. He's like, I can't feel angry for it. You know, I don't remember what happened, but I can't blame her that she doesn't want to have that relationship with me. On the other side, his son, Michael, still believes his father was sleepwalking. Like he said, he never saw his parents fight. It doesn't make sense to him why his dad would do that to his mom. And he still has a relationship. He still visits his dad. And that's it, Brooke. That's a story.
That was... You've got me all riled up now because I don't feel like there is a...
That's not a good conclusion
to this.
But the mind, again, is like the sleepwalking. What your brain does when it sleeps is still so unknown. Like, we don't know if this is possible.
It's the next big frontier, right? Like, we have to go into the sleep world.
It is. It's the last frontier of medicine. Yeah. I do have a couple not fun facts. I'll say facts. I don't know if they're fun. Okay. To wrap this up. It's also known as the pool pump murder, although I don't feel comfortable calling it the pool pump murder, but that is what one of the sleep experts called it in her book. So one of the sleep experts in the trial for the defense, she wrote a book about this, and she calls it the pool pump murder. But I think that's kind of insensitive. I'm
kind of interested in reading it, though.
I am interested. So her name's Dr. Cartwright, and she's based in Chicago, actually, at the Rush University Medical Center.
Then we can just go ask her.
No, just stop in the car, Brooke. You're going to be here next weekend. Let's go. Here, this is interesting. This is kind of weird to me. She still has a relationship with Scott. Scott has sent her dream material for the last 9 years that he's been incarcerated. And 14 of his dreams, out of the more 200 dreams he has sent her, are included in this book.
Okay, I've got a couple questions.
Yeah, I know you do.
Was there ever any, like, neurological or psychological experts or studies done, or hypnosis, you know, like anything to try to dig in and find out what was going on?
Not that I'm aware of. The hypnosis thing's a good idea. It's very interesting, though. Yeah, I am curious.
And why... Right? Okay, why is he also...
Why are they pen pals? Right? Why are they pen pals?
Why also was he using a knife to fix an O-ring?
Right, and why a hunting knife? Like, I think he was trying to cut it off, is what they were saying in the trial. But like, you can use any other knife that if you're walking through the kitchen. Why are you grabbing there's plenty of knives.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit here, a little bit more. Well, before I do that, I would love to see this book, and I think maybe we should cover some of his dreams. Besties, let us know if you want us to read one of these dreams from the book. We'll buy it. We'll write it off as a business expense, Brooke. We'll buy this book, and let's get
a paperback copy. So it's like a used paperback on Amazon for $7.99.
Yeah, but maybe we see if we can get a copy, and let's maybe we share that on the Sleepover Squad.
I think that would be awesome.
Cool. Okay, we're going to look into that. Okay, but here's a couple other facts. Now, these facts I couldn't verify by 2 sources, so I didn't want to put them in, but they're things to think about. So I don't know that they're true. I couldn't find the actual facts on this. One thing I saw was Yarmila wasn't wearing her wedding ring when her body was found, which So, you do dishes, you put on lotion. Some people don't sleep in their jewelry.
Where was it found? Where do they know?
I don't know.
Then we can't use that.
We can't use that. No, this is why I didn't include it, but I find that interesting stuff.
I know, but it is because if they had said, we found it by the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink, then I'd be like,
sure.
She took it off. But
or
was it missing altogether?
Was it a motive? Were they having a spat? I don't know. And the last one I'm going to bring up is Scott's contacts were in when they arrested him.
You don't normally sleep in your contacts.
You shouldn't. It's bad for your eyes. And so if you were sleepwalking...
Maybe they went behind his eyes and infected his brain and he went nuts.
That's probably it. But, if you think about it, if you're sleepwalking, do you stop and put on your contacts?
I feel like he wasn't sleeping at all.
I know. You definitely
he still had his contacts in. And then showering, too. You don't...
Why is that not waking him up?
Your contacts. Why is that not waking him up?
I don't know.
And to logically know to change clothes
twice,
shower,
change your clothes twice.
Again, and hide everything.
Hide the evidence. I don't know.
I'm tired.
I know. It is one that's gonna sit in my brain for a while.
It's gonna sit with me.
I'm very. I would love an interview with him actually for the podcast. I would be.
I want to go in there with all these. I want to look in your brain. I want you to talk to a therapist. I want you to go through hypnosis.
Yeah.
I want you to all of that.
Yeah.
And if he's innocent, wouldn't you be like, yeah, what? I want to know why.
Yeah. So we can prevent it. What can we figure out? Is there can you create a medication that's not going to allow?
It's like what's it called? I'm not a football person, but when they have so many concussions or athletes,
sure,
and they get that whatever
brain
head damage is brain damage there, and they kill people, they snap, they go crazy, but usually it's a progression. There's a lot of aggression and
there was no other
personality changes
besides when he was 20. No other violence. I don't know. I don't know on this. I am so on the fence. And that, bestie, is the murder of Yarmila Falater.
Oh my God. That was intense, Mindy.
Intense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it was good. It was great, but it was intense. Yeah. Oh, I'm so frustrated.
Same. Well, let's talk about something better. How was your week? Good? All good?
I gotta tell you, I have discovered a new show. It's not new. I don't know how many seasons there are, but I had just heard about it actually on a podcast.
Oh, awesome.
And she was explaining this show, and I'm like, there's no way. And even the hosts were like, Andrea, no way what you're saying is right. And I'm dying laughing. So
yeah,
I find out it's on Max. So I just sat down one night, started it, and I am whipping through this series. It is called Naked Attraction.
Oh.
It is a dating show. It's a UK.
Of course
it's a UK dating show. And it starts with 6 singles in these cubes. You can't see behind them. They're each a different color.
Yeah.
And then there is either a woman or a man standing outside, and they're going to end up picking one of these people to go on a date with. Okay. And sometimes it's a woman picking women. Sometimes it's a man picking women. There's all different combinations. Yeah. Sometimes it's men and women they want to pick from.
Oh,
so what they do, and this host is amazing because it's so polite. So she's like, okay, so first we're going to go from the bottom half. So they literally raise the screen, and they are naked. These people are completely naked head to toe.
Okay.
And so then they walk up, and they're like...
If the first thing they're showing feet, Brooke, I'm be like, I'm out on all of them.
No, the whole bottom half.
I might want to pick a female.
Eliminated a girl. A man did eliminate one of the girls because he had a big foot thing, and her feet were really gross.
Nasty. Oh, okay.
But so this is basically the first reveal, waist down. And then the host is bringing the person up.
Oh, so you get all of the privates.
All the privates. And then they even have you turn around so you get the bum too. Yes.
Okay.
What?
I just got to picture this in my mind.
Never have I ever. Never have I ever seen so many different types of penises and vaginas. It's mind-blowing.
Of course,
there are uncircumcised that I'm just going to say have a ton of extra skin.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that aren't. There's all the varieties of vajayjays that you can see.
Wow.
But the lady, she cracks me up because she's like, do you like your vagina neat and tucked? Or do you prefer your penis, like and it's just like
She's
normal
very
conversation.
factual
And
about
the
it,
people are like, yes. And then she'll give like interesting statistics too. So it is kind of fascinating. She's like, well, that's interesting because 23% of women actually find brown hair more attractive, like facts and stuff like that too. But then they do up to the neck revealed. So with guys, it's like whatever. But girls is
I like some good packs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. No, and that's and it's so fascinating what the person choosing is actually looking for, because it's like too much pubes, you're out, or I like a little hair, you're out, or because they have to each round they have to eliminate one. So when it's waist down, they go around, take a look, eliminate one. Then when it's neck down, go around, eliminate one, and then you see the face, eliminate one, and then they ask the three left, what do you like most and least about your body? And so that's the first time you hear them speak. Okay. Oh. And then they choose two people. But here's the kicker.
They never see the face?
Then the person choosing the date has to go get naked. Oh. And so they come out completely naked, meeting their two choices completely naked. So you're seeing these people like just hugging and meeting for the first time. It's just mind-boggling. Like I can't even believe this is a show. Believe it unless you see it. Yeah. So I like turned it on and I was like, everything she said was exactly how she described it. Wow. And it is. It's just really fascinating. And it's just like the host is so great because she's bisexual. She's like, I know about the lady parts and the boy bits. Yeah. And like just how she's funny but scientific and just very casual about everything.
Not one to watch with the kids, though, perhaps.
No, I think that's a mature audience.
Or you can because, bodies are bodies.
Bodies are bodies, but it is interesting because it's like...
Because it's not sexual. It's just saying, like, these are our bodies.
No, and that's what they're like. This is great. Meeting someone almost like in reverse. Like, we're going to strip away any preconceived notions we can have about someone based on their hair. Idea. I'm not their hair, but like their clothes or their shoes or how they talk, because you don't hear that till the very end either. Yeah. And some people are like, oh, I don't like their accent. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. Okay. So it is fascinating. A must watch.
Thanks for sharing. I might have to check it out. It sounds extremely interesting. That's for sure.
It is. I mean, I think a dab will do ya. Like, I've seen.
You have to watch all 4 seasons.
Maybe not, but something makes you not able to turn it off at the same time. Wow. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know how many more penises I can see today. Right.
Brooke's reached her penis limit for the day. Time to shut up.
Oh, but how about you? Have you reached your penis limit for the week?
that is thank you for that is a hard answer. You put me on the spot.
No pun intended. A hard answer.
It's a hard answer. Brooke, I get to see your face next week or this week as you're listening to this live, but my daughter is turning 21, and so she asked Mama, which is first of all crazy. She asked if I would go out in the city with her, and she asked if Auntie Brooke could come along. And so we are partying it up with a 21-year-old.
We're scared and excited.
Yes, I think that's a good way to say it because I am scared. The mother in me is gonna have to mama. I want to make sure she's safe. I am flattered she wants her mom to come with her on her 21st birthday.
Yes.
I'm also scared, like you said, because she sent us a list of clubs she wants to go to. And I don't know about you, Brooke, but it's been a hot minute since I've been in a club.
Yeah. No, give me a dive bar, please, and thank you.
100%.
Just a chill bar. It doesn't...
karaoke? Good. Yeah. Love that. Clubs? No. Not my scene, but I do understand, like, she's 21. She wants to 21-year-old. I get it. So we're going to have some interesting stories, I think, in the next episode, perhaps.
I hope we'll have good, funny stories.
Good Lord. Yeah, but I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to hang out with you, and I don't know. So we'll see where the night takes us. Maybe
Wish
we'll be clubbing it up.
Besties.
Yeah, please. And if you want to send a couple of bucks to get her a drink, let us know. I'll give you my Venmo.
Yeah, it's very expensive in Chicago.
Yes, it's going to be an expensive night. Yeah, I'm not.
We're going to be $70 in before we get in the door of a club.
Between the hotel and the parking in downtown, already out a couple hundred. But
that's just that.
We'll be safe.
We haven't even eaten or drank or
it's all about the pregame, Brooke. It's all about the pregame.
Wow.
Until next week.
Wow.
Besties, we need us to do you. Nope, we need us to do you. You need to do us. Please do us. Please do us. Let me try that again. Bestie. We need you to do us one favor. Send us some cash for drinks, and also tell one friend about the podcast. That's how we grow. Let one person know. That's how we see our numbers every week start to increase, and we love it. We love you for it. You can tell your best friend.
Let's catch up to Belarus.
You can tell your bestie. You can tell the person that you went out clubbing with on your 21st birthday. Give them a call. Give them a little jingle. Tell them about the podcast. Tell them I'm sorry about that night. And listen to the podcast.
I'm sorry about that night.
Or you can tell your favorite Tamagotchi player about the show. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that. Play your Tamagotchi, hit up the clubs, and listen to the podcast.
Have a good time. Okay, bestie. Until next week, don't taunt the clowns.
Don't taunt the clowns.
And sweet dreams,
bitches. So scary. It's common sense. It's common sense.
Don't taunt the clowns. Thank you. And good night.